Can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Cartoon Boom!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cartoon Boom. This is a show where we wake up the Saturday morning sun, popped onto the floor with a big bowl of sugary cereal, and we'll try your favorite cartoons, both old and new. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Chris.
And this morning, to wrap up the year, we took a look back at everything we reviewed during 2022 and gave out our 10 individual Serial-rific awards. Welcome, everyone, to the 4th annual Spoony Awards.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't... I'm not sure why I did that. I feel like I did that last year, too.
John Cena just coming in out of nowhere.
And also, sorry, this episode came a little late. We had some last minute hiccups with stuff. Some unforeseen events took place. Plus, it's the holidays. So, you know what? You forgive us.
They get it. People understand.
You get it. You understand. Everyone's traveling and things are happening. So here we are. But it's going to be a brand new year. So everyone put on your party hats, get under a disco ball or something if that's what people do. Clink your glasses together, start your singing. Joseph, start singing. Should old acquaintance be forgot? I don't know any of this song.
And never brought to mind.
Is that part of it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I forgot it, so I did not bring it to mind.
Also, this is definitely going to be a post-New Year's thing, so that's already happened. I hope you were all safe. I hope everyone drank responsibly if they drink. And I hope everyone enjoyed their New Year's Eve and whatever kind of break they had. So we're in 2023 now. We're talking to you from the past.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Hey, what New Year's resolutions did you make that you've already broken? Let us know.
Find more value in myself and don't be as self-conscious. I know that one I'm going to break immediately.
Yeah, that's broken.
Impossible. Yeah.
I'm just not going to bother making any because, I mean, they're broken by the time I say them. So
by the end of that day.
Yep.
So let's jump into this. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is what we've done. This is the 4th year in a row we've done this. These are awards that we hand out to the cartoons that we've watched over the course of the prior year. So 2022, everything we watched in between now and then is eligible to win these. And they're all... we'll describe them as we go into them, but These are ones we chose independently. It's not like there's one award that we both have to agree on. We both have different awards for each one. So you'll see what I mean as we get into it. But let's start with the first Bite Award, which was the best intro.
Okay, let's do this.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to? I don't remember how we did this. Do we do back and forth?
We usually do a little back and forth-ish thing, but how about you? I want to hear what you say.
Okay, great. Because I had my answer immediately. So what I chose for the best intro of the year 2022, this was episode 270, Goof Troop from 1992.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
You weren't or you were?
I was not.
Man, I love this intro. It's like an earworm that crawled into my head back in the 90s, built a little shack, and made me its forever home.
Yeah, that worm's been in there a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably dead and buried in my ear somewhere. I don't know. But it's got like a great beat to it, good energy, and it caps off with that like, yeah. And so what's not to love? It's just such a fun song. And I don't like, anytime I hear it, I'm just always excited. This is one of those intros I will not skip because I just always enjoy hearing the whole song. And plus, all the antics that are happening while the song's going on are fun to watch. It's just a good, solid intro. So I'm sorry to all the other amazing intros we listened to in 2022 because there were plenty but it's definitely the Goof for me.
Is that the one that I was kind of ragging on a little bit as like this is the most 90s it's the most 90s intro I've ever heard in my life.
I was offended. I that was like a gut punch to me that you didn't like that intro.
Yeah, I actually did punch you in the guts when I said it too.
Yeah. And so a lot of it might be nostalgia for me because I remember hearing it so much as a kid, but it's really like, for me, it held up. And I think if you used to watch Goof Troop at all, because I know you hadn't originally, like it's a song that's definitely going to stick with you.
I agree. The yeah part at the end, I do love that because I think that's hilarious. The yeah. I'm always going to be into that for sure.
So what'd you choose? I'm really curious now.
Yeah, here you can take a guess. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Inspector Gadget.
Yes, Inspector Gadget from 1983. We covered this on episode 281. There is no way you can forget that intro once you hear it, especially as soon as like that. You don't even have to hear the music. As soon as that siren starts, that specific siren noise.
Yeah, you know.
You're ready for it. You're ready to sing the ba-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, even before you finished the first like ba-da-da, like I knew exactly what it was. It's that memorable.
It's so good. And what I love about it too is like the whole thing is good. It's got such a good subtle buildup. Then it goes into that like quirky beat where it's got all the little, I don't know what kind of instruments they use, but it's got like all these little like gadget sounding things like. And that's like right before we get into the really like sleek chorus that I don't know, like I just picture that car driving through like the interstates of California or something with the go gadget go. Yeah, it's so good, man. It's amazing. It's one of the best intros ever.
It even caps off with that little like din 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 din. So good. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. That's a great intro for sure.
I love it so much. Yeah, fantastic. So yes, great cartoons to receive the first Spite Award for sure.
Yes, fantastic intros for our intro of the show. So the second award is the Still Crunchy Award, which is the most nostalgic show for us. So most likely something we saw a lot as a kid and has really held up for us to this day.
Yeah.
So I will go first. So this was episode 288, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? From 1969. So
me too.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So we can both talk about it then. I don't know if it's surprising to anyone, but I watched so much of this show as a kid. I'm sure I've talked about it plenty in shows prior, but this is one I remember watching with my little sister. And as a horror loving kid, like the more monsters I had around me, the better as a child. So it was like, this was a cool, like soft intro to horror for me. And a way to be like, okay, so monsters aren't real. Monsters are just these like rich, or these people who are crazy and masked up trying to perform some scheme. But it was still cool just seeing all these awesome monster designs and seeing, even though like it's aged and it's like I don't know that it would hold up for today's kids, but it still holds up in a way where it's like I can appreciate it for the time that it was made, and I still enjoyed the episodes for, various reasons.
I think you really touched on something that gets overlooked a lot, is that Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is such a good intro, like a soft intro to horror, like you were saying. And I think that I owe a lot of what I like or liked as a kid back to Scooby-Doo, because I was obsessed with that stuff and all of the creatures and everything that got introduced. And it's kind of like, of course, it's always some old white dude under a mask. We know that, just like our politicians.
Except without mask.
Yeah, without the mask. But it's like one of those things, kind of like the old black and white Universal like monster movies. Like I think it's like you could still go back and watch any of those things, like kids can still watch those. And like that's such a good intro to the genre that I don't think that's going to change. Like I still think it holds up today. Yes. Is it like, as adults going back and watching it, is it cheesy? Absolutely. But it's still so much fun. I think regardless of if you've got nostalgia for it or not, I think it's still a really good time. I think the stories are well crafted. The characters are fantastic. And there's so many good lines in that show. And like, I gotta say, Rochelle and I constantly, every time one of us does not have our glasses on and we're trying to find our glasses, one of us is like, I can't see anything without my glasses. Like,
Yeah.
we do it every time without fail. It probably is said in our house at least once a day.
And
So,
just think
go on.
about like the universal appeal that it's had to where you can hear that thing where it's like, I would have gotten away with it too. And how much that has
Yeah.
been used in all different sorts of media, all different kinds of shows. And you immediately know what it's referencing if you have any familiarity with Scooby-Doo. And so it's like one of those things that it's had a ripple effect on everything that has come after it. So I think that kind of impact, however you feel about the show itself, since it is from the 60s, it's something that we obviously saw syndicated in rerun format, but it still had that much of an effect on us as a kids. So I think that's shows the power of that show in general, and maybe that franchise as a whole.
Yeah. And I mean, think about that too. Like, it's from the 60s. So like, this is something that is like over 50 years old. How crazy is that it's still something that's relevant to this day?
And it's still going. Yeah.
And one of the original voice actors is still in it, which is crazy to think about.
Frank Welker is just immortal, I hope. I hope he's
I hope so, too.
just alive forever and always doing Fred.
It's amazing.
It is. So good. I'm glad we agreed. I thought that I'm sure we will have some crossovers here and there, but I'm glad it was so early and I'm glad it was with that.
Yeah, I agree.
So the third award for today's show is the Shiny Spoon Award, which was Best Design or Animation in a movie or show that we watched. Do you want to go first on this one?
Sure. For this one, I chose The Legend of Vox Machina from 2022. This was episode 283 when we covered it. And I want to, first of all, I do want to get I want to address the elephant on the table, as you would put it.
Yes.
I do know that there's plenty of folks, and I think it was something that you brought up too, that didn't care for the use of a different animation style with some of the larger creatures like the dragons, plural. And I think there was one other that they did that with. But it didn't really bother me all that much. And regardless of that, I think the designs of pretty much everything in this cartoon were amazing. The character designs, the creatures, the world itself, it literally, this thing breathed life into a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, a Dungeons and Dragons type world, better than any show or film we've seen so far. And I thought it just looks phenomenal, especially the way that the spells and the fighting and the action were animated was just mind-blowingly epic to see take place. Like, all of it was just breathtakingly beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I'm with you there for sure. Like, that was just a beautiful show. I didn't, like you said, I didn't care for like the I guess CG animated contrast to like the dragon and stuff, but that's not something that like broke the show for me at all, or would make me speak ill of the animation in general, because generally speaking, I think it just looked beautiful and the action scenes were amazing. So I have no qualms with that show's animation at all.
Yeah. And I think that too is like, it's jarring the first time you kind of see that sort of stuff. I've started getting really used to it because like it's used so much in like, especially a lot of newer animes now where they like have something animated differently, especially like if you watch a lot of like Gundam stuff, that is like, it's pretty much all the time now. And some shows are animated the whole way with something like that. There's that Godzilla anime that's like all like that. There's Ruby. There's tons of cartoons all in that kind of style. So I've kind of grown so used to it now that it's just like, oh yeah, it's fine. But I loved every bit of just color design lines on the screen while watching that show. I've watched it through 2.5 times. I'm sure I will do it a couple more times for sure. So
nice. So jumping off the anime that you were talking about just now, I chose for this episode 271, Afro Samurai from 2007. This is one where the animation of this show holds up so well on rewatch. It's stylistic, it's over the top, and it works so well for the killer action scenes that it has. Like from the flares reflecting off the swords to extremely saturated blood in a show that's otherwise fairly unsaturated. to even like Afro's hair popping out of his head wrap. It's all done in such a stylistic, like bombastic way that is so cool to watch. And the movement in the show is so kinetic. Like it just is it's such a joy to watch an anime like this. Like I'm a huge fan of like action type anime, and this one is one of the best animated ones I've seen. Not even just like the movie itself, Resurrection, but even like the show had some great animation in it. So yeah, I went with Afro Samurai for sure for this year.
Yeah, I think that's a really great pick as well because of, I mean, everything you said, it is just energetic. Like you can feel the energy just flowing through the screen with every detail. And the character designs of that too stand out so well. Especially like I think of characters like Gino with the crazy teddy bear helmet and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, it's kind of ludicrous, but it's so memorable. And then you've got like all of those like brothers that I just love how like their whole aesthetic too, and how intimidating some of them were, and even the one that's just kind of chilling, listening to music the whole time, but like just how they look for all of that, and the how the scenes look too are fantastic because it's such a blend of different aesthetics with like Western, sci-fi, samurai. I think that's all real cool.
Yeah, it's one I had seen a long time ago, and upon rewatching, think it definitely has held up over the years. So it's like if you want to see a great action anime, check out Afro Samurai if you haven't.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of anime, again, our next award is the Exotic Flavor Award, which is the best anime we saw all year. Now, granted, we only saw 2 anime this year, I believe. But you might be surprised that I wouldn't have given the best anime I saw this year to Afro Samurai, even though I love that one for its animation. The best one was episode 272, Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit from 2007. Yeah, for me, like jumping from one 2007 anime to another, I give it to Moribito because this one was a lot more grounded than Afro Samurai on the action front, meaning while the action we did see worked well, it was really the quiet, serene moments between the fights where this one shined the brightest for me. Like the dialogue here was so powerful, especially in that Swordsmith episode.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking back on it, like there's so much tension, and it's just a single like location, a small room. And the fact that they were able to pack that much into it was so powerful. So overall, this is the first time I had even heard of this show, let alone seen it. But it was such a nice surprise, and probably not one that I would have actually sought out if it hadn't been recommended to us, since I'm usually more of a punchy, fight boy when it comes to anime. So
I love how you said that. Can I get you a t-shirt that says punchy, fight boy?
Punchy, fight boy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. And so
yeah,
it's just, this Moribito is a beautiful reminder that it pays to step out of our comfort zones and try new things now and again.
I agree with that. I agree. I didn't choose it though. I did choose Afro Samurai. But let me preface this. If I'm going to be absolutely honest, I chose Afro Samurai just to pick one because these two are tied for me.
Okay.
I in all honesty, I liked them both the same. For absolutely different reasons. I think as far as an action anime, Afro Samurai takes it. It's fantastic. The main characters and the villains were all super uniquely imposing figures. You've got some really good levity there with Ninja, who's a hilarious support character. And, you know, it's violent. It's got lots of sword fighting, and it's got lots of, sci-fi elements and stuff to it, which is really cool and unique for a samurai anime. But like you said, where Moribito shines is in the softer moments and the dialogue. And I think a lot of the best anime, it is those in-between moments where the story really stands out. Some of my favorite anime that I watch consistently, I think shares those traits, where it is those character-driven moments that are outside of the scope of some sort of big battle or something like that, that pushes the development of a character or the arc of a story forward without the need for action or something. I think that those make a super solid show. And I think the show has to be solid to be able to really grab the attention of an audience without all the flash and everything. So like I said, to be honest, they were tied. And so I just kind of was like, I'll just pick one. And I picked Afro Samurai.
Yeah, they probably would have been tied for me too. But since I went with Afro Samurai for the previous award, I wanted to give Morabito some credit. So that was my call out for it, since I already went over Afro Samurai and the reasons I like it so much.
Very fair.
We watched 2 great animes this year.
We really did. We really need to watch more anime.
Yeah.
For the show. We watch a lot of anime in our personal lives, just not on the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh man, I'm caught up on Chainsaw Man. I'm catching up on Spy Family. So good.
I am really looking forward to Spy Family. I haven't started it yet, but I'm super excited. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we watch a lot of anime.
Yes.
That's what the point is.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next award is the Tears for Milk Award, which is the biggest tearjerker. And I don't know how you felt this year. I feel like there were a few that were really impactful in that way. But for me personally, I had to go, even though I went back and forth a little bit, I had to go with 279, The Iron Giant from 1999. Because, yeah, the other big contenders for me would have been Brave Little Toaster and All Dogs Go to Heaven for obvious reasons. But this one was a first time viewing for me. So I was a little worried that all the hype I'd heard about it prior would have lessened its impact, even though because I kind of knew what was going to happen or what would sort of happen. But that wasn't the case. Still seeing it for the first time and watching these moments unfold, it still hit hard. And I totally understand why people have so much affection towards this film. It's a beautiful movie overall, and it absolutely earned the tears it took from me at the end of the movie. And the fact that it made me care so much about a giant killer robot who barely even speaks is crazy. So I have to give it credit for that.
Yeah, give me those tears back. You took them.
No, you can have them. They earned them.
I actually did choose All Dogs Go to Heaven from 1989, episode 295. And mainly because, man, the end of that movie got me so hard.
Oh, man.
The whole end scene of Charlie saying goodbye to Anne Marie, that was all so rough. It makes it worse, too, when you find out, what happened to the voice actress for Anne Marie.
Yeah.
And that it had all taken place before the movie released. And it's, oh, God.
Yeah. And then, the call out to her at the end of it. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, God. I was just a mess at that point. But the whole end, all of that, telling her to take care of Itchy. This is coming right after Charlie finally does the right thing, kind of for the first time. He finally learns what it means to love and that love is sacrifice, and he sacrifices himself, which is his favorite thing in the world, is himself. Sacrifices himself to save her from drowning, and in doing so, he can no longer watch over her, which he's kind of, even though not necessarily been doing the best job of, he has been watching over her throughout the majority of this movie. And he's kind of was he really was sort of taking care of her in a way. He just kind of really played it off a lot that he didn't care about her, even though he really did. So it's kind of the moment that he finally really shows how much he does care about her, he's gone and it sucks. So yeah, that got me really, really bad, but in the best of ways.
Yeah, it's a great redemption arc for this selfish character, and it is just a beautiful ending to that movie. That overall is just a great movie. So yeah, I completely understand those tears.
Yeah.
The next award we have, reward number 6, is the Stale Marshmallow Award, which was the biggest disappointment. So I'm really curious to hear what you have to say about this one first.
Okay. I think people might be, I don't know if people will be surprised or not. I chose Mad Balls.
Really? Okay.
This was episode 291. These are 2 shorts from 1986 and 1987, respectively. These shorts are terrible. I have no problem saying that outright. They're bad. They're so bad. I mean, one was definitely more fun than the other, but overall, not good by any means.
I remember how much how hard it was for you to watch the other one. Even the parts that I liked, you just could not deal with.
So upset. I had to take multiple breaks. A couple of them ended up being like half-hour breaks where I had to leave and just really collect myself and then question what I was doing with my life. And what makes it so disappointing, what makes it so bad is that they're tied to such a cool, unique property. I just feel like they could have really pulled something cool off in the vein of cartoons like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Toxic Avengers, something like that, which err on the side of being gross, but still palpable enough to sell toys to kids. Because the cartoons were still fun. They still had something to do. They still had fun jokes. They still had like a fun, cohesive story. But instead, like they couldn't even stick to a single formula, let alone make a decent joke. So it was bad. I think this was definitely the most disappointing thing that we watched this year.
I do want to clarify that it's Toxic Crusaders because Toxic Avengers is definitely not a kids friendly property. Okay. All right. I get that. Yes. But for me, disappointment is when I expect something of a property. I didn't expect anything of the Madballs property. So was it disappointing? Yes. But was I expecting it to be? Also, yes. Now, Timon and Pumbaa, episode 265 from 1995, won for me because this one, I need to preface by saying, again, that this doesn't mean that we thought the show or movie we gave it to was bad necessarily.
I think mine was bad.
Okay, yes, yours was. But for me, Timon and Pumbaa just didn't live up to whatever expectations I had of it and therefore disappointed me. So... Again, not a bad show per se, but I just felt like it misused these known characters from this beloved series. I could accept it being like an alternate reality that we see from the movie where it's like, quote unquote, not canon, but it never specifically says that. And then it comes to a point where they have like working vehicles, houses, gated communities without going into like the why of all that. So it's like, I might be the only person in the world that this bothers, but I would have much rather seen them like go on more like grounded adventures, like out in the jungle or whatever, or just like actual like adventures that took part in that same world, but or at least like set it up to where, and I said this in the episode that we recorded as well, set it up to where like one of them is telling like embellished tales of what happened in their life to where all this stuff is like made up, fictionalized to like make their stories more interesting. But that's we didn't get any of that. We didn't get that. It was just like, here's a world with Timon and Pumbaa in it, and now they have vehicles, cars, and mother-in-laws and stuff that are bugging them.
You were so upset with that whole thing when was it the mom or mother-in-law or whatever ended up being like just some dude's friend at the very end of the episode. I don't think I've ever seen you so bothered.
That's what I mean. Like, this might be a me problem, but it was a problem. And that's why I was just very disappointed in this property as a whole.
I think it's fair. That's fair. I'll let you have it.
Thank you. So yeah, that Stale Marshmallow Award, Timon and Pumbaa from 95.
There you go. So stale.
The next one, our next award is the Surprise Inside Award, which was the biggest surprise of the year for us.
Okay, hit me with it.
Okay, for me, this was episode 257, The Amazing World of Gumball from 2011.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so what's funny is that in the back of my mind, I've kind of known this was going to win this award ever since we first saw it. Because for a show that I only knew about by name and never really gave a second thought to, since it kind of blended with all those other shows like Chowder and stuff for me, where they're all the same thing in my head, or even before I knew any better, Misadventures of Flapjack. Like those were all the same kind of show to me that I wasn't interested in at the time. But then as I'm watching them individually, I'm like, oh, these are great shows. And I wish I had watched them back when they had first come out. So I dug the mixed media approach to the art style, and it kind of ran the gamut of emotions for me with some of those episodes. And it also tackled like very relatable moments in an abstract way, which I appreciated. And plus, like on top of all this, since I am a big JRPG nerd, I really appreciated how it perfectly parodied that whole genre in that one episode. And this was so good. It's one of those I definitely have gone and watched more of since we saw it originally, and one that I can always go back and show people, especially that RPG episode, that video game episode, because it was just so funny and perfectly encapsulates like that type of like gamer or game in general. And then just the humor on top of that was also good, because what was it, like the it was a Game Boy, but it wasn't called a Game Boy, but it was from like Chainor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I just love that he goes into his neighbor's house and just starts taking stuff, and his neighbor can't do anything about it.
And his neighbor's just crying because he can't move. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, hilarious episode. But yeah, great series. Biggest surprise for me because I knew nothing about it really and was very pleasantly surprised.
That's great. For similar reasons, I chose Phineas and Ferb from 2000. This was episode 287. Kind of like how you said you were expecting Gumball to be just like Chowder and all those other things, you know, the stuff that was from Cartoon Network in the era where we were not watching anymore. And so all those things are just kind of lumped together as like that was, you know, the Cartoon Network stuff for kids way past our time. Mm-hmm. For me, like Phineas and Ferb was one of those, like, I thought it was going to be one of those, like, just run-of-the-mill Disney cartoons that was popular for nostalgia's sake. You know, something that would not resonate with me as, like, an older 30-year-old man. Because, you know, this aired way past when I would have watched things. I felt like this was going to be definitely a for kids show. Maybe, heaven forbid, it would be a show that teaches you things. I mean, those are fine and everything, but sometimes like when I see those, especially when it's aligned with Disney, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be boring. I'm going to hate this. But this show was so fun right away. I was constantly laughing through each episode, especially that very first episode where they built the roller coaster, and like the amount of times that their sister almost like, you know, catches them in the act to, you know, to tell their mom, and like all the ridiculous things that happen to the point that keep her from turning them in. Like, you know, the fact that a poster goes up on the wall in the grocery store, she sees it and then runs to get their mom, and then some random kids come by and they're like, oh, look, like they built a roller coaster. I want to ride it. Oh, should we take this to over there? Yeah, let's take it. And they just pull it down so that she has nothing to show them. It's just so ridiculously over the top and funny. I was in love with it from that first episode that we watched. And it's got some of the best and longest running jokes I've seen in a show. It just really caught my attention. It kept me watching more and more seasons after we finished watching what we did for our review. And I really love it. I've watched several seasons of it now, and I'm almost caught up to the very end of it. So it is definitely one that I did not think I would hardly even really like, let alone would end up being like, I need more of this, please. Please feed me more. And some of the specials are great too. Like, I love the crossover with Marvel. That is a super fun one, getting to see them actually like interact with like Iron Man and Hulk and Thor and stuff. There's a great Christmas special. There's a whole bunch of really, really great episodes and specials that are just fantastic. The writing, everything is so good.
Yeah, that's what I need to give more time to, because I did really like that one. And it was also a really nice surprise, since I had no prior expectations of it and really didn't know what it was even about. But yeah, great characters. Perry the Platypus.
Perry!
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, totally understand that one. Great surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. The opposite end of that is the Dirty Spoon Award, which was the worst thing we've seen all year. I feel like this is one where maybe we'll come to an agreement.
Yeah. Can I start this? Do you mind?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like everyone is expecting me to say Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa, which is a bunch of hot Christmas garbage. But like we knew that was going to be hot garbage. And that one was bad to a point that it was funny. Like me and you and Rochelle sat around and we laughed at how absurd it was and how genuinely bad the thing was. And we had kind of a good time because of how bad it was.
Yeah, that's one that still resonates with us, with the whole Christmas. Yeah.
However, what I am giving my Dirty Spoon Award to is Rayman the Animated Series, which isn't a Christmas pile of garbage. It is just a regular steaming pile of garbage.
And not even a fun one.
No, it had absolutely zero redeeming qualities about it. The animation is terrible. The characters are terrible. Even Billy West, God bless him, because he's a great voice actor, but that awful Boston accent was so unbelievably bad. It takes you right out of it, especially because it's not always even present. Like, he doesn't always use it.
It's an on and off Bostonian accent, and it's completely not even like how Rayman speaks in any of the games or anything.
No.
So it's like, why did they make this decision? I'm jumping in because I chose the same thing. This was also the worst thing for me. Episode 269. This was from 1999.
Yes.
And it was supposed to run for 26 episodes. Thankfully, it only got 4.
I mean, it shows you how bad it is that, like, they couldn't even, like, they didn't even have the heart to keep going.
No, they
knew.
The
creators are like, what have we done?
It's an abomination.
Yeah. Everything about it is so bad.
In a year of like stinkers, like a few stinkers here and there, a few real stinkers, this one left a stench that I can't even Febreze away. It is just one that's going to stick in my mind as one of the worst things we've ever seen. And we've seen some bad stuff over the years.
Yes, we
have. But this was like, not even like you were saying, not even a fun bad. Rhapsody Street Kids, fun bad, because we enjoyed watching it together. This one, not so much.
No, this was so bad. And it doesn't even have anything to do with the games it's based on. Like, not a thing.
No. There's only one other character in this show that's even in the Rayman games, and that's like the Captain Razorbeard.
Yeah, and they use him as a henchman.
Yeah, exactly.
He is a main villain in the games, and here they're like, we'll just make him a henchman and we'll make a new bad guy. Like, why would you do that? That would be like making King K. Rool a random henchman and just creating a new bad guy like Wally T. Walrus Man as the villain. I don't know why I came up with that one.
Wally T. Walrusman.
He's like an angry Arctic walrus lawyer, and he's suing the Kong family.
Attorney at law.
Over rights to their coconuts and bananas. You know?
Yeah. And the animation was pretty bad. Like, even like for a 90s CG show, like this was still bad. It's still like even worse than the general stuff. And it did all the other characters that were there, because he had a whole crew, were all uninteresting and annoying at best. And then
my God, yeah.
The Rayman series, to your point, already had a pool of characters they could have dipped into, and they just chose to like remake it from the ground up for no reason. Like, this didn't have to have Rayman attached to it at all. It could have just been its own bad show, not trying to drag Rayman's name through the mud. So I don't understand any of the decisions made here. One of the higher ups, just like, I have a great idea. We're going to run with it no matter what. And you can only listen to me. And everybody else just had to like bend to their will, because there's no way that a team of people would have made this garbage.
Do you think like somebody started making this and they're just like, this is terrible. We've got to do something to make it more appealing. I don't know. Let's throw away a video game character in there no one's used yet. How about this Rayman fella? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Hey, can we get Mario? No. How about Rayman?
Who's that?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, it was made, and then Rayman was just kind of tacked onto it at the end.
Yeah, and yeah, it was. I don't know. I'm going to take this to my grave with bitter judgment. This is. I'll never get that time back. This is terrible.
One of the episodes was about like helping a guy to like have a successful date.
Yeah, the guy that's hunting them.
The guy that's hunting them because they're living in his attic or something.
Right.
And like conceptually, maybe that sounds fun, but it really, really wasn't. It was just like
nothing about it was
frustrating.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I could have put that as the tears from Milk. I wanted to cry at how bad it was.
Yeah, those are different kind of tears.
Yeah, those are sad tears.
All right, so the 9th award for this show is the Silver Spoon Award, which was the best movie we've seen all year. For me, this was one of the toughest awards because we watched so many great films this year.
Yeah, we did.
And at the end of the day, they're all winners in my heart, but
You loser.
the standout feature for me was Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit from 2005.
Okay.
Which was our 292nd episode. This is just like a fantastic combo of cheeky English humor, fun innuendos, and some of the best claymation I've seen to date.
Yeah.
So all of those things combined, along with this like fantastic plot, it's coming out of practically nowhere for me with these charming characters who I'd seen before, but wasn't really familiar with the attitudes of or knew anything about them. Made it just a really endearing film overall. So yeah, for me, this one takes the cake or the cheese if you want to go by their logic. Cheese! Yeah. And so yeah, I was just so happy with this movie. I watched it again the next day with Shaddai because I had to show someone else this fun movie that I had just discovered, quote unquote.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I did not expect that one for you. That's great.
I liked it so much. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I chose The Iron Giant, which
okay.
you picked for another award. So Iron Giant, again, 1999. This was episode 279. This was a real sleeper for me because I hadn't seen it until we watched it, just like Joseph. It didn't make me cry as much as All Dogs Go to Heaven. That doesn't mean I didn't shed some tears. And it was, man, this is such a heartfelt movie. The animation, the sound and music of it all, the story, so good. It was heartfelt, not only from the perspective of this somewhat lonely child making an unlikely friend in this giant robot, but the giant itself trying to be something good and renounce the idea that it was created as a weapon of war and conquest. That is the most poetic freaking thing I can ever think of, is that this thing was sent here to conquer and destroy Earth, basically, loses its memory, and it learns compassion and love from a human child. And then upon learning what its true intentions were, what its true purpose was, it's horrified and scared of what its real purpose is. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. I mean, it all goes back to, what the creator wanted to do that we talked about in that episode was what if a gun didn't want to be a gun? And
yeah,
I think that is just so cool. It's so beautiful. It has so many bittersweet moments along with a lot of laughs, even though I really didn't like the cool guy, the pseudo dad guy. But
I know you did not like him.
That's besides the point. I mean, him aside, everything about this movie was great. It was such a good story. And I honestly think at its core, that idea, again, what if a gun didn't want to be a gun? I think that is just such a profound idea and so deep and something that a lot of other ideas and in movies and shows and stuff lack these days. So I can't say praises enough for that.
Yeah, that's a really strong core idea to it, where it's like an artificial intelligence rebelling against its programming.
Yeah.
That just really kind of goes into a very, very interesting territory, especially as we bring more artificial intelligence into our lives. AI art aside, that's straight garbage.
Yeah,
please
that sucks.
Don't participate in all that. But real useful AI, that kind of stuff, those are some interesting questions that we have to start asking, or will eventually, is
right.
What if they gain some sort of sentience? What happens then?
What if Smarter Child could really love? Do you remember? You remember Smarter Child from back in the day?
No, I don't.
Really? On AOL Instant Messenger, there was that little username called Smarter Child, and it was this little proto AI thing.
No, I don't remember that at all.
You could talk to Smarter Child and play around with it, and it would respond to you. So yeah.
What if what if Clippy no longer wanted to help?
Oh, man. Yeah. What if Clippy hated what it was? What if Clippy hates office work,
Yeah.
Clippy just wants to, play video games and eat pizza. So,
Right.
dang.
Oh, man. That's
Dang,
like,
Clippy.
that reminds me of when in Futurama, when Bender turned human and he just started ingesting everything, became like
Oh, that's
morbidly
right.
obese.
Yeah.
Woo!
He didn't, he didn't know what
Yeah.
to do with his human body. He couldn't
Yeah.
take care of it. Woo! Yeah.
That's the fat escaping his folds.
Yep.
Or the air escaping
Oh,
his
yeah,
fat
because he
folds.
died.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot he died. Yeah, and the woo noises
Uh.
was all the air coming out between the fat folds. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh,
Jeez.
man. Okay. So the last award, number 10 for this year, is the Golden Spoon Award, which is the best overall thing we've watched this year. What was your choice?
Oh, I'm nervous. I want to. I wonder if it's the same as yours. I don't know.
I'm hoping it is kind of because I have a good way to chain off of that. But go on.
Okay, I chose Close Enough.
Yes.
All right, from 2020, episode 284. This is hands down my favorite thing we watched this year. Possibly one of my favorite things we've watched since starting Cartoon Boom at all.
Yes. Same. Same.
Yeah. Yes. I was hoping so.
Me too. And I've got multiple reasons for that. And we'll go back and forth on it.
Sure.
Like, one, not only is this one like chock full of pop culture references for us 30 somethings, and it completely resonates with our humor style, but it's also one where you and I got to share this experience for the first time in person, which is very rare. Like, that's not something we get to do very often since we live on opposite sides of the country.
Yeah.
Basically. And so, like, that to me, not only is it a great show at its core, but the fact that we were able to experience it side by side and crack up together over these jokes made it even more special, and probably one that's going to stick in my actual core memory for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. We were in tears laughing so hard it got hard to breathe. Even just from that first episode, everyone in the room was like losing their mind laughing so hard watching this show. It was just like, it was such an amazing experience. And like you kind of said, you were talking about how like the style of humor was almost like tailored for people our age. And that's quite honestly, like no other show has ever come anywhere close to nailing my sense of humor than this one. Which means that like I wasn't only entertained by every story and joke, but also by each character. Like it almost feels flawless. Like every step that they take, whether it is introducing a character, introducing a new gag, pivoting in the story in some way, shape, or form, it is like perfectly crafted to make me and you into giggling monsters, and like we just can't stop.
Yeah, that Crossfire reference.
Oh, dude, that got us so hard because that is a reference you and I made all the time, especially like if anyone ever catches our Twitch streams, you know that Joseph and I randomly will just start singing Crossfire, and then it could be complete silence, and me and you will be like, yeah. And that happened in the show. Yeah.
Seeing him do that and just have the same kind of motion that they do in the commercial, like that's when I knew. And that was like the first episode, I think. That's when I knew that this one was going to resonate with us.
Absolutely.
Completely.
And God, I'm so disappointed in HBO Max for mishandling this thing because it is pure gold. Like they have no idea how bad they messed up canceling this thing and getting rid of it, because this is probably the I don't know. I got to say, this is probably my favorite show I've seen. Hands down. This was pure gold, like I said.
This show's so great that if there was a new streaming service that started, I would get it just to watch this show if that's the only way I could watch it.
Agreed. Hands down, agreed. Like I would be like, you could have nothing else and I would just pay to watch this. Like it could be nothing else I'm into. It could be nothing but like, slugs crawling up a wall. And I would be like, you know what though? That Close Enough show, I'll get it for that.
Yeah. But then you might actually get into the slug.
I might get into the
thing.
Slugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be kind of cool.
On your slug stream. So I'm already a huge fan, and we had already watched a regular show prior to that.
Yeah.
And so JG Quintel is just one who his artistic sensibilities line up with my likes, both of our likes and our preferences so well, because we are, the same generation, basically.
Mhm.
So it's like this show, I'm sad that it ended. I hope we get some kind of continuation in some format. But whatever the case, anything he makes in the future, I automatically know I'm there. Like I'm going to be watching. I'm going to follow this creator in whatever way he takes his whatever kind of projects he starts.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as he announces something, I know I'm all in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%.
There we
That's
go.
awesome. I'm glad we capped off with that. I was hoping you were going to choose this one too.
I was too. I was just like, oh, I hope it's what I think it's gonna be.
Yeah,
you did not disappoint,
because it was a tough year for this. Like we had talked about it leading up to this episode, because like, man, there was so much. We watched so many great things this year. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes we have like years where it's like, oh, there's obvious standouts. But this one, I was authentically curious to hear what you chose. And I'm glad we did have different perspectives on a lot of the awards. But I think it lined up at the right time, especially to cap it off at the end.
Yeah, and I think that we picked a lot of the same ones for different awards too, which I thought was really interesting also. So it's like we were still kind of aligned with the majority of our picks, just in different ways. So I thought that was great.
Yeah. So I feel like the best things we watched this year got their due for sure.
Absolutely. And the worst.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Real quick, thank you to Oibig, I'm not sure, and their sister as well as Aiden for the 5-star reviews over on Apple Podcasts, and to all of our patrons over on patreon.com. Also, thanks once again to all of you who are listening and continue to support the show through all the various ways out there. We are going to take a little bit of a break before the next episode, because it's honestly been like several years since we've had more than a week off. So the next episode we cover will be a fun surprise. I don't know what it's going to be yet. So we'll come at you. We'll come at you running. That's not a threat. I promise. Don't cancel me. But it'll be a surprise.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. I never know until you tell me. So it's a complete surprise to me as well.
Yeah. You're always in the dark. I keep you in that. I only take you out on occasion.
And I'll usually forget anyway.
That's
until
a good point.
I have to watch it. So,
yeah. You'll text me like, hey, what
are we watching again?
What are we watching? Yeah, perfect.
Oh, man. But yeah, it's been a great year it's been a weird year for everything else, but for Cartoon Boom, it's been a great year. Thanks everyone for your support. For anyone who's joined us this year, welcome. One of us. Like,
woo!
It's great to have you aboard. And for anyone who's been listening for a long time, man, thank you so much. Like, it's crazy to me still that we have people who've been listening for years.
Yeah.
And that we've been doing this for so long, too.
Oh, I know. I'm afraid to look and see. I think it's first episodes, I think were uploaded in 2015, if I remember right. So
almost 8 years.
Yeah. So we're getting into that 8 year. That year 8.
Let's see if we can hit a decade. That'll be when I'm like, all right, we've been doing this for too long. Let's
see
start
if we
something new.
Punch a decade in the face. Yeah.
Yeah. Hit that 10-year mark.
Before the 10-year mark hits us.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. Love you all. Hope you had a happy new year. I forgot that this is in the future.
Yes.
And 2023 is going to be great.
2023 is the year of you and me.
Yay.
I don't know. It sounded cool.
I thought it was going to rhyme with something, but it didn't. So you threw me off.
I don't know.
I guess 3 and me rhyme.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was trying to rhyme. Yeah.
I guess it was the cadence.
But now that we said it out loud, it doesn't sound as cool. Now that we walked our way through it, now it sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it every time now. So there you go.
Let's cut that out and start it over. 2023 is the year of you and me. And Chris. Yeah. Well, once again, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Chris.
I will see you on Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Presented by Nerdsloth,
a place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, visit us at nerdsloth.com.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.